So it was an early rise, of course, after the rest day, and those who are still in it, Paul Broom, Steve Malone, Colin Askey, Ian Myers, glad of the rest, I'm sure, just about to get back out there and underway. A lot of changes there have been at the top, a lot of changes throughout midfield, not at the very top, of course. Further down, Mohamed Zidane Souaid Ahmed was getting the biggest send-off of the day. I don't know where they came from. From miles around, I think was the answer. 200 kilometres of dunes. It was mixed out there, but boy oh boy, 590 kilometres in total of racing special. You can see it was quick in places. You don't look around too much, and the helmet cam giving you just some kind of indication as to what they were facing today. Well, just looking to try and find some kind of route. They went in reverse order, the top 5, the rest as they were in the standings today. And as you can see, not a great deal of tracks to follow out there. It says, well, we're on the Dakar, but what a race it's been. Sound problems in the link to the helicopter today, not helped by a sandstorm that blew up and stopped our helicopters going to all of the places that we'd hoped for. A lot of the dust itself was being kicked up by the riders who were on course. Those who did suffer navigation problems were really all on their lonesome. It's a very, very barren place out there on occasion. Fast sections, laterite piece, the local wildlife to look out for, and the odd water truck, as a few found out on this day. Stony sections, a couple of climbs, hills and mounts to contend with. It wasn't all easy, not a bit of it. It was dramatic though, certainly for those in the more comfortable seats. Well, 3 bad days for Cyril Desprez, but he finished second on this day. 55 minutes off the pace though, overall, set by Mark Comer, and a man who said he didn't care about second place. That was absolutely nothing. He was here only to race and not look at the scenery. Well, he wasn't looking at the scenery either today. Maybe he should have been looking a little bit harder on occasion. The back end just kicking out. Thankfully he stayed on board. If you go down in rocks, it really is rather nasty. See the white camel? Highly prized if you manage to catch one. While chasing Desprez down, Oliver Setter and Mark Comer never too far away from him. Desprez may have made the first control point first, but he wasn't the quickest once the times have been added up. Comer just absolutely supreme, and he himself just riding the kicks, as you can see. It's a question of knowing the speed. Those rocks had caused him problems though, and he got a couple of damaged wheel rims by the day's end. Thankfully for him, he does have parts and bits and spares on board some of the trucks that are actually racing here, down as racers. And if you are competing, you can help out. Nothing to stop you. Oliver Setter in the mix as well, as you've already seen, and Esteve Puyol. Bad luck was to follow for him. He was in the lead group for the time being. Some of the stills photographers taking advantage of a nice firm footing to get some pictures that they wanted. So it was a real scrap out there, and Desprez was part of that. First to the fuel point, as we said. As we also said, he wasn't quickest. Looking around him, looking nervous. And guess who came in? Comer. Didn't even want to know. Look at him. He's not looking over at Comer at all. No pleasant words between the gladiators. There are stones, he says. Comer, that's not easy. Luckily, we're here refueling, so now let's get on for the second half of the stage. Well, he may not have won any stages last year, Comer, but he's won quite a few, and he was to win here again today. Oliver Setter, perhaps the palest man in the world, if not on the Dakar. Not just white, he's kind of bluey white. He's a lovely bloke though, and he rode brilliantly today, finishing third on the stage. Let's speak to David Casteur. He was helping out with the chain problems suffered by Esteve. Well, damaged tyres, problems out there. Marathon stage, not have much assistance, got to be careful. Well, Esteve needed to take care, but problems soon materialised out there. It wasn't the chain, it was the gearbox. He was locked down in a low gear, and they all came by him, one after the other, to check if he was okay. Oliver Setter, everything okay, mate? Oh, forget it, just ride on. Esteve finished 38th today, 2 hours and 20 down now. Well, The relaxation, not what he was looking for today. Kester finishing 4th today. He is the water carrier. Stopped by him. The man he was supposed to help just waved on. Esteve downcast. We suspected he might be a winner of this Dakar. Doesn't look like happening now. The man who looks like most likely to win the whole thing. Take all the applause and wear that #1 again next year. Who else but Mark Comer? As we said, he damaged both wheels towards the end of the stage. Still managed to bring his bike home with the fastest time. Impressive. His 3rd stage win this year. Ironic, we're playing bluegrass when there's not much grass around at all. Cyril Desprez, he had to be content with 2nd place because Comer, he'd just gone. Solid gone. Well, there might be a private battle between those two. It has been all the way through. They don't look at each other during the stage. They don't talk much in the bivouac either. No sharing of pasta between these two. I can tell you that much. Oh, and they got onto more solid ground. The race remained. Comer just easing off a little bit. He'd been fastest through the CPs. Why not just bring it in? And that's what he did for 1st spot. Staying in touch was all that Desprez could do. Still not talking to each other. There's a frisson. Look at that. Don't want to let that tyre go. Luckily, they've got mousse on board the tyres. Special kind of foam network. If the air does come out of it, you've got the mousse to kind of support the wheel. If you still drive too fast, though, it can blow with the heat. And of the technical stuff, let's talk to Comer. Difficult stage. Become more difficult due to the sandstorm. Got a good starting position. And well, there were many stones hidden in the sand. It was quite difficult. Second part was sandier, easier. Managed to catch Cyril and then made it to the finish line.
Y hasta contactar con Cyril y hemos venido los dos juntos hasta la llegada.
Cyril Desprez says, I rode in front until the 350-kilometre mark. I was stuck in a dune, broke my road book reader. Afterwards it was more difficult, terrible sandstorm, really tough out there. Well, it was a good track, but I had to slow down a bit. And okay, slowing down was not the right expression. I took it easy, I had to do so. It was tough.
Enfin, tranquille, faut le dire vite. Ride alone almost the whole day. I wanted to catch the prey, but you know, he's too fast for me, so Coma came and Isidre came, but I couldn't hold them, so I had to ride alone, but I'm happy.
I've been riding all day, all alone. I didn't see anyone. In the start, I had the number 11 who was trying to follow me, and then at the refueling, I didn't see him anymore. And so I get on, and I was just alone all this 600 kilometers, all alone.